If you're a goaltender, tend the goal! My friends, dang it's are back. Hey everybody, Steve Dangle here, and welcome back to another season of Steve's Dang It's. Now, Steve's hat picks are a lot more straightforward. It's just the best from around the NHL over the past week. Dang It's are the bad, the wacky, the funny, and the I don't even know what. I can't tell you how many times we've featured something I've never seen before in the sport. Oh, and how do you get a shirt like this? Well, I'll tell you after. First, we got some dang it's to go through, my friend. Let's start with first things first. Literally, the first goal of the 2021-2022 NHL season was a dang it! And of course, it came from exactly who you'd think it would. Two-time Stanley Cup champion and arguably one of the best goalies in the world, if not the best, Andrei Vasilevskiy.
Backhanded back in deep by Brian Rust. Carter blocked the clear by Vasilevskiy, and a goal! Sloppy play by Vasilevskiy, and it was centered by Carter right onto the stick of Danton Heinen, who has a goal in his Pittsburgh Penguins debut.
I know you're wondering, and yes, we do have a shirt that says, if you're a goaltender, tend the goal! I do love Tampa Bay fans because they knew, like, okay, dang it's are starting up, and this is gonna be on it. And I was amazed how many Lightning fans were like, listen, God loves this guy. He's one of the best goalies in the world, but he cannot handle the puck. And to that I would say, don't worry about it. None of them can. They all think they can, but none of them can. What's the list in NHL history? Marty Turco, Marty Brodeur. If you're not named Marty, don't do it. But Andrei Vasilevskiy behind the net, picked off by Jeff Carter. He gives it to Danton Heinen, scores the easiest goal of Danton's career. Danton's dang it's. And the worst part about this, the worst part, Vasilevskiy is in my fantasy team. Even worse, so is Connor Hellebuck, and they both stink right now. I know you're not really supposed to draft goalies that high, but if you're going to, draft those two. I did everything right and still failed, but enough about last year's Maple Leafs. Andrei Vasilevskiy, congratulations. You earned the distinction of having the first dang it of the season. That's a dang it. Up next, the Seattle Kraken. Boy, they didn't waste any time, did they? I want you to picture this. It's your first ever NHL game. As a team, as a franchise, you're taking on the Vegas Golden Knights, and they are beating you. 1, 2, 3-0. But then, something magical happens. 1, 2, 3. The Kraken come back and tie it. And then this happens.
And he's done really good here in game one.
Stone. Stevenson is in the net. It's a good goal. And the Knights have the lead back. I think Seattle is complaining about a possible kicking motion. So we'll see if they look at this goal.
Well, turnover by Seattle in the neutral zone.
And that's a tough one.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Stevenson angles his skate. The question is it a distinctive kicking motion?
After video review, the puck was deflected into the net, not kicked. This is a good goal.
Chandler Stevenson scores, or does he? No, they're going to review this, and it's going to come back because he kicked it into the net. Right? They review it, and the call on the ice, what? So they ruled this to not be a kick. Sorry, let me rephrase. They ruled this kick to not be a kick. They said that it was redirected, and a lot of people are like, yeah, it should count because it was redirected. And here's my sincere hope that none of you get redirected in the teeth. That is a kick. It is definitely a kick, and the Seattle Kraken got screwed in the first game they ever had. Welcome to the NHL. That is a dang it. Now, sometimes dang it's are just one play. It's very simple. If you're a goaltender, tend the goal, that sort of thing. But sometimes a dang it is a multi-pack. And hello, Toronto Maple Leafs. I was wondering when you would show up. Here's Pierre Engvall.
That'll give Hall a chance to skate it to the blue line. Cross-ice pass turned over. Ennis right on that. Shoots. Blocker stop. Has it. Rebound. They score. Tierney
is off the ice. As we saw the other night in Vegas on the opening night, the game-winning goal for Vegas, it's directed in with the skate. You're allowed to direct in, but is it a kicking motion? Clearly comes across He rolls his skate in from the...
Okay, I remembered the giveaway, but I forgot how it ended. So the Engvall giveaway. Fine. The kick. And yes, it's a kick. Again, don't get redirected in the teeth over this. Dude, this is an even bigger kick than the first one. His foot goes forward. His knife shoe goes into the puck. And you know what I can't wait for? Oh, I can't wait for the exact same thing to happen in another game. The Chandler Stevenson goal, or this here, the Chris Tierney goal, for this to happen in another game, and for it not to count. Because it's about as consistent as nothing! You ever get partway through a comparison and you can't think of anything? It's not a kick? It's not a kick. It's not a kick? It's not... Really? Can't wait for this to be a thing all season long. That is a dang it. And also, a kick. For our next dang it, I really didn't want to feature him at all this season, especially in the first one. Carter Hart had such a tough season last season. And here he is again.
Nicely back. Pettersson shoots. Again, he missed the net, but it came in off Hart. Came off the end boards, hit the goaltender, and each team now has a friendly fire goal with Vancouver leading 2-1.
Well, we talked about the Flyers' fortunes. If they're going to be good this year, they're going to need goaltending. And this is not good goaltending. Both goals, I am shocked by. This one, JT Miller gives a nice pass to Pettersson. Pettersson goes to rip it, and it ends up going off of one of the Flyers players off the backboards. And as a goalie, you have to get your skate tight to the post. You cannot leave any space between your leg and the post.
All right, so I'm sure he wanted to start the season on the right foot, and the shame about that is it was actually his left foot that came off the post. Elias Pettersson takes a shot, and it's blocked in front, causing the shot to miss the net by like 6 feet. But somehow it bounces off the end boards, hits Carter Hart's foot, and goes into the net. You can criticize the goaltending all you want. What are the odds of that? That, is a dang it. But don't worry, he won't be featured again. Our next dang it is also Carter Hart.
Philadelphia line. Pettersson comes up with it. Wrist shot. Hart's not sure where it is. And it's in, says Miller. It is in. Another strange goal on Carter Hart.
The sides. And this is a smart play. You get a goalie just moving, cheating, and that's a tough play for a goalie to grab, but it's laying on the goal line. And JT Miller, he comes in and he just gives a little tap in as it's sitting there. That'll be the easiest goal JT.
This one, what do you do? He was getting piled on. I'm going to say, like, I don't even know if these are his fault. Well, anyway, after that, Elias Pettersson puts it on. Carter Hart stops it and has no idea where the puck is, which is a bad position for a goalie to be in. And no one else can find it either, except for JT Miller, who decides to slap the puck home. Oh, for goodness sakes. I don't know what's a bigger dang it. Those two goals that went in, or the fact that Philly ended up tying this game. Ah, poor Carter. I hope I never have to mention his name for the rest of the season, unless it's in a Hat Picks video. That is a dang it. Our next one, I don't know if you thought this was going to end up in dang it's, but it kind of has to. I want to see if you can point it out.
He's off and running.
And now we drop the gloves. Foligno for Minnesota, Brendan Dillon for the Jets.
Okay, this is why we gotta raise the standard of hockey fights. Listen, Marcus Foligno, that's a tough nut. He's a tough guy right there. Taking on Brendan Dillon, that's another tough nut. Really tough guy. I don't want to fight either of those guys. But I saw everyone like, oh, Marcus Foligno's Superman punch! Yeah, that didn't connect. Look at this. I mean, A for effort and all that, and it ended up being a decent fight, but he missed! You know why we remember the Kevin BX's Superman punches? Both of them. You know why we remember? They connected! The punch landed! This, well, it's a thought that counts. Steve, would you ever say that to Foligno's face? No! Would you? Well, that's why I said it on the internet. Nah, it ended up being a good fight, but still, that punch is a dang it. Our next dang it, I sort of alluded to this off the top, is something I have never seen before in my entire life. Matthew Tkachuk, take it away.
In the corner, Tanev hustles to it, bumped by Zegras. Backlund gets the puck, and he's able to flip it out high, and that'll go on a play. Did it go over the glass? It was knocked down along the boards. I think Tkachuk climbed the ladder and kept it from going over. Because that would have been a penalty, Kelly, had it gone straight out.
You're right, that was in... I think you might get called.
Well, Kelly, Tkachuk not happy. He's been called for interference from the bench on that play to keep the puck from going out over the glass right here with the...
I have to admit, Rick,
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it. In all my days, I've never seen it, and...
So, the Flames are about to take a delay a game penalty because the puck is going over the glass. Matthew Tkachuk, who is on the bench, swats at the puck and prevents that from happening. But he gets a penalty. And here's my question. Why? Okay, if you want to call it a delay of game anyway, like you want to say that puck would have gone over the glass, fine. But the player on the ice should be getting that penalty. Matthew Tkachuk, all he did was, I don't know, protect a fan? It literally says, printed on the ticket, hey man, you might want to keep your head on a swivel because vulcanized rubber might hit you in the face. All Matthew Tkachuk did was prevent that. So dang it for even trying. I did like this exchange with the ref, though. Yeah, so you're not allowed to do that? No, you're not allowed to do that. I wasn't sure, but I did it anyway. Yeah, I know. Anyway, have a fun 2 minutes. Chucky. To me, that's a dang it. For a next dang it, I love when goalies try to play the puck. It always goes so well.
Gets blocked on the counterattack. Here come the Cats 2-on-1. Lead pass, Duclair breakaway. Duclair to the net. The poke check by DeSmith, and it goes in. 2-0 Panthers.
Yeah, it looked like it went in off Friedman. A little puck luck there for Duclair and the Florida Panthers. Duclair's got blazing speed. He took it in on the backhand. DeSmith came out with the poke check, and he got stick on puck. And let's look at what happened after that. There's stick on puck. Puck goes up, hits the defenseman, Friedman, and goes in behind Casey DeSmith. Just unfortunate there for the Penguins and Casey DeSmith.
All right, so the goal is secondary assist Anthony Duclair, primary assist Casey DeSmith, and goal scored by Mark Friedman. The problem is not all those guys play for the same team. Casey DeSmith goes for the poke check and knocks it into his own defenseman, and Anthony Duclair has one of the easiest goals of his life. It always goes so well when a goaltender associated with the Pittsburgh Penguins swats at the puck and hits it off a defenseman. Steve, what are you referring to? Marc-Andre Fleury, the World Juniors, people don't forget. That is a dang it. And speaking of which, up next, hey there, Flower!
And it didn't work. Wait, look, the puck, he can't play it. Then he finally tries to play it. It goes to the front of the net. O'Connor pounces on it. And the Penguins are all over things. What a play by Dominic Simone. Again, Dominic Simone in on the forecheck.
What do you even say? What do you say that hasn't been said in 1,000 ways? If you're a goaltender, tend the goal! Can someone show Marc-Andre Fleury highlights from last year's playoffs of himself? And can someone make the Penguins earn a goal? Right now, in terms of goalies misplaying the puck, it is 2-1 for the Penguins. Hilariously, that is Drew O'Connor. I didn't even notice this. Drew O'Connor of the Pittsburgh Penguins, which is the Pittsburgh Penguinest name I've ever heard. That was his first ever NHL goal. You know what? At least there will forever be a story attached to it. But for Flower, buddy, that's a dang it. Here's another goalie misplaying the puck, but I have a question before I show you. Who would you want to play the puck if both players are roughly the same distance away from it? Would you want a goalie wearing a glove blocker and with a giant paddle for a stick, or would you want Erik Karlsson to handle the thing? Up next is Aiden Hill's answer.
Big boy. Karlsson, little miscue there with Hill, and they score! Andrew Kopp makes it 2-0 with a shorthanded goal.
We saw Kopp make the play for that first goal, being behind the net, knocked it out of the air, and now he gets a shorthanded to go with it. This is just puck just dumped down in the offensive zone for Winnipeg, and then right there, the interchange. Hill hits it into Erik Karlsson, and this turnover right here goes onto the tape of the Winnipeg Jets as Lowry's going to throw it out front to Kopp, and then they deposit in the back of the net before they can even figure out what happened here.
Tend the goal, man. Like, I'm not even going to yell it anymore. Now, I get it. It could have been a miscommunication. It could have been a lot of things that weren't necessarily Aiden Hill's fault. But how many times? The easiest goal Andrew has ever copped. Did you like that? Was it good? I thought it was good. Shut up, Drew! That's a dang it. We got two more. Pavel Buchnevich, what you doing?
That was a massive headbutt on Lawson Krause. I think that's
Buchnevich?
Yes, it is. He's got to be gone. Massive headbutt. There's nothing tough about that. Lawson Crouse has something to say to him, goes after him a little bit right there. And there's the headbutt.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff you can do in hockey, a lot of stuff you probably shouldn't be able to do in hockey, and headbutting is definitely one of the things you're never allowed to get away with. Havel? Why? Lawson Crouse didn't even fight back because he was just like, did he just? Yes, he did, Lawson. Yes, he did. That's a dang it. And last but not least, Jumbo Joe Thornton, one of the oldest players in the league and perhaps one of the grumpiest. Here's something I'm positive you're not allowed to do.
The puck was over on the near side boards, but he's still looking down in his pads there.
Penalty call coming up here. It's going to be a slashing call, and the Lightning are going to get a power play, but meantime, Tkachuk is down. Break and sort this out when we come back. It's Thornton. Oh, yeah, that's why he's down.
He got fined about $1,900 for spearing. That's what they're going to call it. You saw it. I saw it. That's not spearing. Jeff Merrick had it right with this tweet. I believe the proper term is cowbelling. That's a dang it. Before we go, this shirt, I got a bunch of other shirts. I got mugs, hat picks, and dang it's, and what else we got, Drew? Mostly it's just those two. Just those two. Hat picks and dang it's merch. Go to shopsportsnet.store, because it's a store, shopsportsnet.store, and if you can't remember it, don't worry, link in the description down below. We got hat picks shirts, hat picks mugs, dang it shirts, dang it's mugs, all sorts of great stuff, and beautiful modeling shots. Drew, go through some of the modeling shots. Aren't I great? Aren't I beautiful? He is beauty, he is grace, he is dang it's in your face. Delete that, Drew. I don't like it. Oh, you're on this side of the room now. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the first edition of Steve's Dang It's this season. That is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell your friends. Me looking beautiful on shopsportsnet.store. It's not a dang it.